kind of moment. A new fashion was born, and it will never be the same. The new fashion has no rules, but a lot of new questions. So our goal here for 010 is not to make a transition into a virtual world, but to make a small step into a mixed reality. So we are building our products and solutions to use them right now in the streets of the cities, in the stores, in retail. So based on this concept, we have two different directions. So the first one is a platform. It's an open platform for creators and brands. They can present their digital collections on our marketplace. The first video. So also we have a main feature in our camera. It's an AR real-time try-on for clothes. Can you play? Yeah, can you tap it?
I can try.
Okay.
I think it's just going to move it on.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is our marketplace in our iOS app. Yeah. The second feature is real-time AR try-on camera. You just put the camera at the body, clothes appear, and it feels like a real clothes on you. Yeah, and the third feature was digital wardrobe, when we allow our users to store their digital items and to use them in different virtual worlds. And our main products for fashion businesses are AR mirrors. It's a new kind of step after those magic mirrors, the old concept we saw like 3 years ago. So now we integrate our technology into big screens. We can use any type of screens here. You can place these screens in store windows, bus stops, and even use them like a standalone pop-up store to sell physical items, physical garments, digitalized into digital items. People can come to the mirror, try on the clothes, buy it with the delivery, something like this. So, yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's a perfect introduction. So when we think about how retailers can actually incorporate some of this technology into their stores, what kind of benefits do you see retailers receiving? So obviously there's an element of customer engagement. There must be an impact on sales. Talk to me about what retailers can expect by incorporating smart and AR technology.
So I think in the beginning, since 2020,
everywhere we go.
everybody
We are here,
was
we are
talking
there,
about digital
we are
fashion like a
everywhere.
marketing tool. So for our company now, the main goal is to help businesses to make new money, new revenue streams, maybe spend less. We see different use cases here because, for example, so the easiest use case that we are testing right now is to use digital items for wholesale showrooms to make to let like buyers all over the world try on different items. We sell those solutions to big brands now, and it works really well. Also, this new type of AR street advertising, it's really cool because you can like catch your customer in the street, put the clothes on him, because before, like 3 years ago, it was really expensive to bring a customer to the store, to the dressing room, to make him try on the physical item. And now we can try on items right in the streets, then invite your customer to the store, and then different types of screens in the store can help him shop, ask for different sizes, maybe even buy digital versions of physical items for the like virtual looks. And also we have 010 SDK. It's even more simpler than AR mirrors. So SDK can be integrated into your iOS apps or websites to let your customers try on clothes before purchase. It's a great need of a fashion industry. And yeah, I think soon we will release our first pilot project with our SDK. It's already been used in like AR sneaker try-on, makeup try-on. The clothing try-on is the super complicated, but the visible next step for the fashion industry.
I'm going to come back to fit technology and how significant it can be in, you know, the conversion to a sale. But I want to jump, now that we're talking about creativity in this whole new world, over to Alyssa and Paula. Maybe you can share a little bit. Oh, yeah, can we pass the mic? The irony of the technology session being quite so hounded by technology. But whilst you're introducing Ouroboros, I'm just going to put your video on in the background, I hope. There we are. So why don't you give everyone a little bit of background about, it should be going, I think it's loading. There we are. There we are.
Oh, we love technology. Okay. So, well,
Start, first of all,
super cute color of
there
the
is no
sweater.
3 billion gamers
It's kind of funny
in
that
the
you
world.
can't pause
It's
this
the
video.
richest, most significant media channel. It's worth more than music and Hollywood put together. There are 1.4 billion gamers in Asia alone. No, that's yeah, in Asia alone.
something like that.
Look, I've never been into gaming, so I am definitely biased in this whole, you know, digital fashion scene. It's just because I've never been into gaming, you
Something
know.
like that. So do you think
I
that
played
represents
Sims
a
a little
genuine
bit. I
cultural
played
shift?
Harry Potter a little bit, and that was a little bit. I mean it. I was bored after like 2 times.
Towards individuals understanding avatar fashion, understanding identity.
Much more interested about колотушку для бубна.
Sort of devoid from the physical body.
Definitely. We'll start with the fact that our brand is built by and for the next generation. We grew up as the first generation of the internet, where our social circles were not only physical, but also online, where the way we presented ourselves online, a lot of the time actually meant more to us, and probably still does, than how we present ourselves physically.
It's very sad.
So that is a generational shift that is completely going to revolutionize and change the world, including fashion, of course. So, you know, for us, it was really interesting growing up during this time because there was no brand that fully understood this next generation and how we want to represent ourselves. Really, when we're seeing, you know, what we call magic realism in films like Avatar, you know, Harry Potter, all of these worlds that were so beautiful, using the digital medium as this way of creating this abundant, magical realism, again, in the world around us. How can we capture that into a brand and showcase the essence of this revolution and of this new aesthetic that no one is representing, as you already said, other than as a little, you know, marketing pitch and tool. So that's where the idea of our brand came from at the core essence, is showcasing a beautiful vision of the future through a brand that truly represents the new and next generation.
Just to add to that, which was a very good introduction, as a digital native brand, it's not about marketing, as George was saying. It's about having creativity for this world that we can obviously try on, and there's different utilities. So as a brand, we output collections that are digital, as digital collectibles or NFTs. You can try them on in AR. You can also wear them on your avatar. And you can also wear them for social media as images and as videos. So you will become digitally dressed. And this not only has incredible creativity power, because you can wear anything, you can wear fire, water, but also you have less waste. So the pollution is much lower. So instead of going fast fashion and, you know, changing looks and contributing to waste, you can actually go digital. It's faster, it's more exciting, and it's new. And from a creator economy point of view, having something so unique that people can, you know, try on and also envision is an incredible step forward, which is sustainable too. I think it's very important.
We've seen some experiments in this area, but we've seen a lot of experiments in marketing. If you think about Roblox, Animal Farm, Minecraft, or Fortnite, or the League of Legends, the biggest games that draw billions of users every month. Most major luxury brands have now collaborated with one of those games. Gucci has done Roblox, but Burberry did Minecraft. Louis Vuitton did League of Legends back in 2016. We've also seen some companies like Gucci release virtual sneakers at a much, much lower price point than typically they would charge. I think they were $12.99 or something around that element, and you could wear those sneakers in Roblox and you could wear them on your social media. When you launched your brand, your brand as digital ready-to-wear and physical couture, and you still make some biomimicry couture and some fine jewelry. How do you see the market, and certainly in your experience, the interest of retailers to develop almost dual product strategies, both physical and digital? Do you think that is something that you're seeing more and more of? And also, how do those two product lines interact?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about going digital and forgetting physical reality. At the end of the day, we're here, we're real, we wear clothes. So we have respect for tactility and luxury fashion and the craftsmanship that goes with that. So that's why we chose this dual route where the collections are digital, but also we have a physical redemption, so to speak. And that keeps us creative as well, meaning that we can once produce a couture gown, or next time we can have fine jewelry. You never know what's next. It's kind of a surprise, and having these Easter eggs in collections is exciting.
I think to add also, at the time when we we launched this dual strategy, we looked probably like lunatics to the world. And now it's very, very common and usual for most NFT projects to obviously have the digital item and then have the redeemable possibility of having a physical, mostly hoodies, stuff like that with it. But what it really allows for you to do is also get an understanding of, what your customers actually want in the physical world, right? Half of the time, there's so much production and so much waste that is absolutely not necessary when you have the digital medium nowadays. Again, thinking about sustainability, it's such a major step for us. So one of our digital items, just to give you an understanding of how much more sustainable we're talking, is 97% more sustainable than producing a single simple white t-shirt. So it's really an exponential
How's this
difference
percentage
that this makes.
calculated?
And on top of that, of course, it allows a completely new form of creativity. And what we do as well, that's really important as part of our kind of physical and digital strategy, is that more and more we're introducing education. We've always been right at the forefront of this innovation. So a lot of it has to do with education as well. So we really love educating people, and we've started now an educational channel called the Ouroboros Academy, which we welcome everyone to come and join. For those who are excited and interested to learn more and understand this world and how to also implement this technology for themselves. Because this is the future and it's definitely here to stay.
Everyone wants a teacher wearing shoes like yours, Paul.
Oh, I know.
Aren't they amazing? So I think, it's funny that you mentioned the Ouroboros Academy, because Kering, the parent company of Gucci and a number of other billion-dollar brands, they have started training their workforce. I think they have 44,000 employees, and something like 4,000 of them have already completed a game designed to train their workforce in how significant the metaverse is. One of the tasks is to set up a Discord channel. So you can really see that some of the major players are moving into this area and recognizing it for the significant company-wide cultural shift that it represents. However, I am aware that those companies have massive budgets. So we are going to come back to how you can apply some of this technology without it being totally cost prohibitive. But before we do that, I want to pick up on the sense of community and introduce you to the conversation, Nadim.
Yes.
So we're going to come back round after you to talk more about community, George and Ouroboros, because obviously there's a great way to generate engagement and interaction with your community through digital products. But Nadim has actually utilized technology augmented community styles. I don't know how to describe a DAO. So perhaps you could start by explaining what a DAO is and why it was appealing to you when you started the Metaverse fragrance.
Sure. So the words like DAO and NFT and Ethereum and the Metaverse, To give you some perspective, I'm an emergency doctor by day, so all of that was mind-blowing to me. And during
Emergency
COVID, I think
doctor.
Clubhouse, the app, became this kind of hole that everybody got sort of lost in. And we started to hear much more about NFTs and the DAO, so DAO, it stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. The point being that you can bring together people in the digital world from all over the world and have them really not governed particularly, but make decisions together and almost be part of a team that can create a product. And for Rook Perfumes, my brand, it didn't seem too sort of foreign, because one thing we specialize in is basically crowd created fragrance. So, for instance, I'll go to my followers and customers and say, what are your memories of school? And we'll have a virtual discussion about that, and we create a limited edition fragrance based on memories.
Yo, those are
and what
all
I loved about the
books
sort
that
of
you can
digital world was
download.
the digital art that was coming out as NFTs, the digital fashion. I was taking inspiration from the natural world, and all of a sudden I had these incredible digital images to take inspiration for a scent of, hence the scent of the metaverse. So what we did is we created a digital image. So for people that don't sort of know too much about it, most NFT artists created beautiful digital images, videos, graphics, and they were sold, and you would pay for them via the cryptocurrency Ethereum. But as was mentioned, for me, I needed a link between the digital world and the real world. And one of the best things about NFTs and Ethereum is having unlockables within the contract you make with the person that buys the NFT. So our NFT was basically a ticket. It was a graphic, but it was a ticket into a DAO, which is a fancy word really for a group of people in the Telegram app or a WhatsApp app.
Right.
Working together, and
So true. Fancy word for people in the Telegram app.
the creative process. We talked about how you make a perfume, what ingredients should go into it, what do these people from all over the world think a scent for the metaverse would smell like, what would it be like to create a digital perfumery where you could wander through the metaverse, go to a digital perfumery, but actually buy a palpable perfume that, you know, I think a lot of people think this is just an image. It's a perfume, I'm wearing it right now. And it was essentially for us a more intricate, creative way of crowdfunding a new product.